January 15th, 2009. A cold winter afternoon in New York City. The air was crisp, and the city was bustling with its usual energy, unaware of the extraordinary events about to unfold. Passengers boarded U.S. Airways Flight 1549, a routine trip from LaGuardia to Charlotte, North Carolina. This Airbus A320 was scheduled for a typical domestic flight, carrying 155 souls on board. None of them knew they were about to live through one of the most miraculous moments in aviation history, a story that would soon captivate the world and redefine heroism in the skies. At 3:25 p.m., the Airbus A320 lifted off the runway, cutting through the icy air with powerful engines. The ascent was smooth, a standard departure from LaGuardia Airport. Captain Chesley Sullenberger, a calm, experienced pilot with over 40 years of flying under his belt, guided the plane steadily upward. His co-pilot, First Officer Jeffrey Skiles, was also a seasoned aviator. Just minutes later, at 2,800 feet, a sudden blur filled the windshield. A massive flock of Canada geese appeared without warning, directly in the flight path of the ascending aircraft. The impact was violent and immediate. Both engines failed instantly due to the bird strike. The cockpit fell silent except for the blaring warning alarms, signaling a catastrophic loss of power. The plane began to drop rapidly. In that critical moment, Sully's years of experience and rigorous training kicked in, allowing him to remain composed under unimaginable pressure. He radioed calmly, "Mayday, Mayday. This is Cactus 1549. We've lost thrust on both engines." His voice, though steady, conveyed the gravity of their dire situation to air traffic control. Air traffic control scrambled, their voices filled with urgency. They quickly offered alternate airports, Teterboro, Newark, LaGuardia, as potential landing sites for the crippled aircraft. But Sully knew with chilling certainty, they wouldn't make it to any runway. With only seconds to decide, he looked out over Manhattan, millions of lives below, and spotted the wide expanse of the Hudson River, a desperate but viable option.
"We're gonna be in the Hudson," he told his co-pilot, Jeff Skiles, making the unprecedented decision to attempt a water landing. Skiles immediately began the emergency checklist for a ditching.
Inside the cabin, passengers braced for impact, holding hands, praying silently. Some whispered the names of loved ones, preparing for what seemed like an inevitable catastrophe. The plane descended over the George Washington Bridge, so incredibly low that people in cars below could clearly see the faces of the people inside the aircraft, a surreal and terrifying sight. Then impact. The A320 struck the water at 140 miles per hour, skipping like a stone across the surface before sliding to a complete stop, a testament to Sully's extraordinary skill. Silence. Then, the chilling sound of rushing water as the fuselage began to take on water. Cold, dark chaos, but miraculously, the aircraft's structure stayed intact, preventing a complete breakup. Within seconds, passengers, guided by the calm and efficient flight attendant, opened the emergency exits and stood on the wings, shivering in the freezing air, awaiting rescue. Rescue boats, including nearby ferries, arrived within minutes, responding with incredible speed to the unfolding emergency. Every single one of the 155 people on board survived, a truly astonishing outcome. The world quickly called it the miracle on the Hudson, recognizing the extraordinary nature of the event. But Sully, with his characteristic humility, offered a different perspective on what transpired that day. "It wasn't luck," he stated. "It was preparation, teamwork, and maybe something greater watching over us." He emphasized the collective effort and the years of training that led to their survival. Later, investigators confirmed that in those critical 208 seconds from bird strike to water landing, Sully made every decision perfectly, demonstrating unparalleled airmanship and composure. No simulator, no training, no pre-existing plan could have accounted for every variable and executed the ditching better. His actions were a masterclass in crisis management. In a time when the world often feels uncertain and fraught with challenges, This incredible story reminds us of the enduring power of human resilience and ingenuity. Even when everything seems to fail, calm leadership, unwavering courage, and profound faith can still carry us safely home, inspiring hope in the face of overwhelming adversity.